Welcome back to another episode at SpeechTherapyPD.com's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Stephanie Michele Sweigart. I am an SLP out of Los Angeles, California, and I'm very excited to be here today with a fellow SoCal SLP colleague, Dr. Elaine Fogel Schneider. Welcome, Dr. Elaine, to our show today.
Thank you so much. Nice to be with you, Stephanie.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. Your background is so extensive and interesting. We know that you are an award-winning and licensed SLP with not just one, but 2 master's degrees. I loved that when I was reading that. You have one obviously in speech path, but you also have one for dance and movement therapy. I thought that was so cool. I want to hear more about that. You're also a world traveler, sharing your wisdom to parents and professionals about communication disorders and effective touch time strategies. And this is for bonding and developing secure attachment between parents, caregivers, and children. We know that you're a writer, you contribute to blogs and magazines, and you publish books. I want to hear about those books. And you're also a speaker at CASHA and ASHA, and I know you're getting ready to be a speaker at CASHA again. So we're just going to finalize this right now. You are my new hero. How do you juggle all of those things?
Well, I'll tell you, everyone does seem to ask me how I do it, and I'm happy to share that with everyone because being in the field for so many years, it's really important that you find a way to balance yourself. And I think over the years, I've had the ups and downs just like everyone else, but I really do feel that I've come to a place in my life where I have that balance, and I would love to share it with everyone today.
Yes, awesome. And that's what we're here to talk about, because we know you have a course on SpeechTherapyPD.com called Keeping Tuned In and Balanced, Personal Wellness for the Nurtured Practitioner. And, you know, just like you do, there are so many SLPs and SLPs out there that are wearing a lot of different hats. We're juggling so many different things, so many things on our plates right now. And at times that can feel downright exhausting. It can feel overwhelming. And ultimately, we can really forget to take care of ourselves while we're in a helping profession, taking care of so many others. So I think the golden question, Dr. Elaine, that we have for you today really is, what are 3 simple activities that speech clinicians can begin to utilize to regulate and center themselves to really avoid burnout during a session, maybe in school, in the clinic, or even at home?
Well, I'll give you some of my ideas and things that I've been doing over the years, and there are many more than 3, but 3 is a great number to start with here. First of all, what I always tell everyone is to please remember that you have to think of yourself first. Now, this is not easy for someone who goes into the field of speech and language pathology, as you know, because we're going into the field to really help others, to have others be successful. And when we have that heart, that we have that compassionate heart, and we want to give so much to others, many times we're deflecting that care to others, and we don't take it for ourselves. So the number one thought that I want to leave everyone with today is that you must take care of yourself first, even though you're not used to doing that. And it's just like being up in an airplane. You know, what did the captain or the stewardess always say? Put the oxygen mask over your face first before you put it on the person next to you, if you have even a child with you. So yes, that's number 1, is we always have to figure this out for ourselves of how can we take care of ourselves. So I have some ideas for me for that juggling. I have like the 3 J's, I call it, in a way. First of all, I would say you want to do some, I say jumping, but it's any kind of physical activity. You really should find some activity that's physical that you enjoy doing. It can be anything from any sport. It can be yoga, it can be some other Tai Chi, any form of activity where your body's in movement. Yes, you did say I have another degree in dance movement therapy, and it's so important to include that movement in your life, especially as SLPs. A lot of times we're very sedentary. We're sitting at a table, we're sitting with children or adults across from one another. And so getting that movement into your life, jumping, Pickleball right now is my is my thrill. I've been learning that very much, and I take lessons, and that's a really important thing. So number one is get that physical activity into your body so you can regulate your own health and stay healthy. Another area that I think is really important is what I would say the second J would be journaling. You really want to, when you're feeling down or upset about something, you don't feel you have anyone to talk to, you can always just get it out on paper, get a book, keep it as your journal, and just start writing things down. Maybe something bothered you about the way you were treated by another person, or maybe if you're in a school district, it's like, oh, here we go again, the principal's on a tirade and we have to do this one more paper work that needs to get in, and don't they know I have 20 IEPs? You know, you go through that whole process in your mind. You're so busy. Not only are you doing the actual therapy, but you've got IEPs, you've got meetings, you've got consultations, you've got to talk to a parent or a teacher. You have so much on your plate. So many times, if you take the time to just sit down and journal, just write down what's bothering you or what happened, many times a solution comes to you in those quiet times. So that's another way of balancing yourself and dealing with life's situations. Another third J is joining a group. Now, I know everyone will say, oh, come on, I don't have time to join one more thing. You're telling me to join a group? Well, yeah, join a group of like-minded people. They have to be like-minded people. And you can't imagine how wonderful it is to spend time with people who are thinking what you're, agreeing with you or doing things you love. It could be joining a walking group, you get that other movement in there, or joining a book club where you have other people with you, you're talking about something different than just your work. You want to have an opportunity to relax that brain and give the brain a chance to unwind and to get rid of all of the stressors that are affecting it for the day. So those are some of those J's. I also have other ideas, which include, breathing. We as speech and language pathologists, one of the things we may do less of each day than we should is take those deep diaphragmatic breaths, really get out of the shoulders and go deep into the belly. And taking those belly breaths will help relax your body, unwind, de-stress, and also it takes that parasympathetic system. It'll help you get rid of the fight, flight, freeze, that whole system that just kind of triggers when we're in a situation at work and we're trying to balance so many things, whether it's the clients we have or the administrations we're working with or the organizations. So those are some of the other ways that we can also get in there. And again, look at our whole self, but take that moment to look at yourself and to take care of yourself, not everyone else.
Ah, I love that. I love how you said the 3 J's too, because I think giving that acronym gives people something easy to remember, right? You said jump, you said journal, and you said join a group. So I just want to show you, because I took your course. I loved your course.
Mhm.
And so I wrote down, there are so many golden nuggets that you share in this course of like grounding yourself, positive affirmations. You just talked about the breath. And I know you take us through the 4-7-8 breath, laughter. I mean, I have so many Post-it notes here in this stack that I was getting from when I took your course. And I thought, oh, I want to write that down. Oh, I want to write that down. Because to me, when I watch a course, I love actionable takeaway strategies that right away, when I walk away from my computer, I can begin to implement. And you did such an amazing job with giving so many of these. And I think it's important to state that in January, sometimes we set these New Year's resolutions, and by February, we're like, well, what the heck happened? I didn't stick to the new habits I wanted to create, or I didn't stick to this certain strategy I wanted to do. And I think it's important to remember that we can do a resolution each day. Each day we can wake up and just say, today I'm going to do one thing, and I'm going to grab one of my golden nuggets from what Dr. Elaine is sharing in her course. I'm going to pull it out, and that's my resolution just for today. And I don't have to hold myself to that one thing every single day. And then if I don't do it, come down on myself or be hard on myself. But you shared so beautifully all of these different strategies that really, truly, we could use all of them, one of them, a few of them each day as we are going about our lives. And not just our professional lives, but these can be used in our personal lives, like you said, to take care of ourselves, to put that oxygen mask on first, and to really take care of ourselves, like you said, so that we can fully be present and available to take care of everybody else. And we know there's so many health benefits to doing that. There's so many science-backed benefits to doing that. And I believe you mentioned that in your course also. So thank you, Dr. Elaine, for being such a strong voice and for a role model. And you said in your course you have 42 years of meditation. 42 years, that's amazing. I mean, you've got it down, I'm sure.
Yeah, I started when I was 1. That's right.
There you go. You had good parents teaching it to you. That's right. Started when you were 1. So yes, lots of experience, and you've seen the benefits. You've seen the results of this practice firsthand. So you are a great, you are a wise teacher to share all of this with us. Thank you so much. And speaking of being a wise teacher, where can people, aside from this course, where can people find out more about you? Where do you have some of your resources or websites?
Well, I have a website, askdraelaine.com. And then I also can be found at Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Some of my handles are Dr. Elaine Fogel Schneider, or otherwise Ask Dr. Elaine. In addition to that, I have several books too that are available. There's my book about 7 strategies for raising calm, inspired, and successful children. And then there's also another book that I've written with a colleague of mine that looks at confidence and joy. And these are successful strategies for those kind of kids with any type of learning disability or learning differences.
I love that. Okay, hold those both back up for me, because as I'm looking at those titles, I want to see those. I'm thinking a little higher. Oh, perfect. Because as an SLP, I know that I would love all those strategies, but I'm also a parent. So I love that there's 7 strategies for raising calm, inspired, and successful children. I love those both. Congratulations on both of your books.
Actually, yeah, this one I've actually do show to parents as well, because it really works for the parents, but then also works to take this information into the settings for speech and language pathologists and to use it in their everyday therapy sessions. And it's very simple strategies.
Are those available on Amazon?
These are available on Amazon. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I love again strategies where we're weaving our personal and professional life. I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
We'll have all that information listed below this episode for people to be able to access. For everybody listening, thanks for being here on today's episode and hearing Dr. Elaine's tips that she's sharing with us to kickstart some healthy habits for the new year. To take a deeper dive into this topic, be sure to grab those little golden nuggets like I did and put them on your post-it notes by checking out Keeping Tuned In and Balanced, Personal Wellness for the Nurtured Practitioner. I just love how you put nurtured practitioner in that title too. This course is going to explore an abundance of simple exercises that you can do in less than 10 minutes so that you can begin in your day to feel more tuned in and relaxed. And who does not want to subscribe to calm, tuned in, and relaxed? I know I do. So for other topics, be sure to subscribe to speechtherapypd.com. When you do, you're going to get 1-year access to over 800 live and on-demand courses that are available for you, and you're going to scoop up those ASHA CEUs. If you're new to speechtherapypd.com, no worries, they have you covered. You can access a free course. Check out the information right below this episode and see how you can watch your first course for free. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and feel free to comment in the comment section below. We want to hear from you. We want to hear which one of Dr. Elaine's strategies are working for you and helping you feel more tuned in and relaxed. Thank you again for being here. We will see everybody back here next week as we are answering more of those golden questions. We have the answers for you.